Hello, this is Cynthia Geisler with Radical Revenue Golf Management, and I realized that I left out one of the most important thing about the golf business in all my videos. So, I'm going back to the beginning. Something you needed to know. So, if you just got a job at a private club or with a golf management company, congratulations. You're in for a hell of a ride. Literally. There's only one thing that you need to know. You cannot, I will repeat this 17 times in this video, you cannot trust anyone at the club. Okay? Not your boss, or if you have someone above you, not your corporate boss, if that's who is above you. Not even the president himself, if you get that far and you end up having a relationship with them. Like I did. So, getting the job done and doing it correctly and actually bringing in money will infuriate middle management. Okay? So I take it back. Only the president of the company, if you can get this far, will have your back. But you have to make sure that you do such a fantastic job that he cannot deny your existence. He cannot deny that you did it your way and only your way. And your way was the way that brought in the most money. And that you were just patronizing the, shall I say, regional managers. This is going to get me a lot of go ahead, angry comments. Go ahead. I want to hear them all. You cannot trust your regional manager, okay? And so you have to bypass them. You have to be so good that it doesn't matter about their jealousy and that you jumped past them, got the president's attention, and he knows that you rule. Okay? And so at that point, and not even at that point, at any point in this charade, you cannot, let me repeat, you cannot trust anyone in the golf business. Not the golf pro, not your so-called best friend in the club, not your GM, not the catering director, not the wedding coordinator, definitely not the accountant. No one. Okay? You can get the job done And you have to be dictatorial, or none of your brilliance and your brilliant ideas will happen at the golf course. And you have to relay everything to as many people as possible if you need to get something done. So say I really need people to join this club, okay? And so we get together to have a member guest and to plan it out. Watch how fast everything turns to the golf pro and what the golf pro wants to do to make it fun. All of those things are fine. What if we should have barbecue on the turn? All of those things are fine. But the only reason we're having a golf tournament or a member guest is for membership. Membership. For the member to invite a member to the member guest. Which means you have to be at the number 1 tee box with your table, with your membership information. You have to be in charge. You have to make sure they don't take the job from you so you fail. You have to stay on top of everyone because they all want you to fail. And anyone who has been a membership director for years knows exactly what I'm talking about. You cannot blink. You cannot be sick. You have to show up and you have to say, no, I'll register them at the member guests. I want a chance to talk to the members guest and tell them why they should join. It's a member guest. We want their guests that live in town that didn't fly. Obviously, don't bother the people who flew in from out of town. Anyone who's in town that's a guest, you need to sign them up that day. They need to join that day. So there's a special if they join during the member guest. Okay, so I would, if they said they had interest in joining when I met them all prior to teeing off, then I would meet them on the turn with beers or whatever and the membership application. And I would say, well, you said you were interested, and today, during the member guest, your member has the right to waive the initiation fee for you. Like, that's part of the invitation. And so, look, just fill this out right here while you're drinking a coldie. That's your job. That is your job. So don't think that because it's a huge project for the golf shop, which it is, and I'm giving them all the credit in the world. They put an enormous amount of effort. But the effort is for you to capitalize off of. You cannot sit in your office and wait for somebody to say, oh, my friend had a great time at the member guest, and he wants to join. Okay. Once in a blue moon. No. You're standing there with the golf pro, you and him, you grab his ass. I don't care how busy he is. He needs to shake hands with all the guests. You shake hands with all of the guests. You thank the member for bringing a guest. You hand out the gift bags. You have to be involved in everything. And this is just one example. So hopefully you're not quitting by the time I'm done with this video. But this business, okay, this is a 24-hour business, 7 days a week. And if you're not there, everyone in the world is going to blame you for something, even though you have absolutely nothing to do with it. Okay, raise your hand. Raise your hand. GM, membership director, Golf Pro, if you are out sick, everyone, if anything bad happened the day you were gone, it was your fault. Right? Just remember, if nobody asks you a question, don't gab for no reason. Don't ever gab for no reason. Keep your mouth zipped. If somebody asks you a question, answer it. And then zip it again. Everyone is going to come at you. Okay? Everyone. Everyone on the board. Everyone on the ambassador council. Everybody, if you have a board of governors, board of directors, everyone's going to come in your office, okay, and beg you and say, I promise I won't tell anyone if you tell me what happened at the board meeting. Just laugh. Actually laugh like I did. That's how I handled it. Are you kidding me? You know, if I tell you, you're gonna go tell all your friends. And then they will go, yeah, but nobody will know it was you. Yeah, they will, because I was the only one there. Besides so-and-so. And I know that they keep their mouth shut. So absolutely not. Not like, don't lose your job because you cannot keep big, important things about the club to yourself. This is the number one way to get fired, or to never get trusted, or to never move up, or to never succeed. The GM's going to tell you things you cannot go telling the golf pro about. You can't go telling the catering director about. Everything in the golf club goes around in a circle and will go right back to the GM or right back to me. You don't know how many things. My point is, just pretend there's a microphone on you and a video camera on you, even if there isn't. In the golf business, you are under constant surveillance, and so is everybody else. And everybody else is out for themselves. Just remember, they are your co-workers. So you treat them with respect. You treat them with dignity. You need their help. You absolutely need their help or you're going to fail. But they are not your friends. Do not gossip ever at the golf club. Do not gossip ever to anyone. Only only talk about business. If you need to gossip, call your mom. Go sit in your car and tell her all the crazy stuff that's going on in the club, because there's always something crazy going on in the club. And so this is why this needed to be the first video, and I failed. I forgot to tell you to just listen and don't talk and do your job, but you have to fight for your job. It may seem obvious that you need to be present at different situations, and then there are about a zillion other situations that are not obvious that you should be present at. And this is where you have to just literally, you need to grind it out and insist on being in certain meetings, insist on making sure you know what's going on. And if there's guests coming, you have to be there. So even the catering director, they're so busy. I'm not saying it's anyone's fault. The point is, even though we train them that ultimately their goal is to get more members to join, right? Even a wedding, we want it to go so well that they say, oh, well, we'd like to join the club as well. I know nobody likes to hear this. They want to think that their job is important. Yes, weddings are important. But the point is to get people to join the club. Everything is a subsidiary business inside of a business. And the only business is the membership business. The membership business is the only reason the other businesses can exist. Merchandising, sales, golf shop, sales, lessons, weddings, events, anniversaries, parties, to fill up the calendar, to fill up the to tip everyone, to keep people employed. You can't do anything unless the membership director is selling. And I can't tell you how many times nobody wants to hear that, because all of a sudden they feel like they're working for you, and that it doesn't have to be that way. It does not have to be that way. They don't need to take it as an offense. What they need to do is just do their job, which they love. Say you love doing weddings, and do it fantastic. And don't forget, while they're on the tour, to book their wedding with you, to introduce them to the membership director. She needs access to your calendar. She needs to know when to come and say hi. Like you can decide that as the wedding director, when you want her to come in and say hi. Okay, so they know who she is. I could talk about this for 2,000 years and never get through every scenario, but what all I really want you to know is that nobody has your back. Okay? This is all on you. You have to wake up every day as long as you want to be in the golf business. And you have to decide to take on an enormous amount of material and projects and people to get the job done. So between tennis, golf, catering, bar grill, wedding events, maybe there's someone who just does lessons and they do them to outside guests. He needs to get all of their contact information. He has, if they're using the private club, the golf instructor has to be introducing you before they leave the property. You have to hop on the golf cart. You have to go down to the driving range. You have to shake hands with these non-members. You have to tell them how to join so they can see, the golf instructor more often. Okay, I'm going to use J.L. Lewis, for example. He passed away. God rest his soul. Wonderful man. Wonderful. Anytime he had a non-member that was getting a lesson, he would just text me on my cell phone, tell me which driving range he was at. I'd fly there in the BMW, have a packet in hand, talk to him, and introduce myself. They love it. They love the attention. You are never bothering someone. You are never bothering somebody. Go and get them to join. You don't even have to get them to join. They want the attention. They feel honored. JL said he wants you to play with these other guys tomorrow. Well, come on, let's fill out the application. I've got your awesome bag tag coming and your membership card, but you don't need any of that to play tomorrow. All you need to do is fill this out. You have to show up. You can't be in your office. If you're in your office, I'm sorry. You failed. You failed the test. And if you talk to people, women especially, do not trust anyone with anything if it's not positive about the entire team. Even if there's a team member that's destroying your insides, like a garbage disposal, destroying you from the inside out, never badmouth them. Never call corporate about them. Trust me, it will come out and it won't be from you. You have to stay as positive as possible. You never gossip. You are not there to make friends. Everyone is a co-worker. Some of the members can become your friends, okay? But not to the extent that you can tell them anything about. They're all going to try to be your best friend to get the behind-the-scenes club information. You'll get fired immediately. That's all top secret. Okay? So, the way to win is to be extra resourceful. Make sure you're at every event. I don't care what kind it is. If there's a guest coming, you have to be there. If it's at 8 p.m., I'm sorry you have to be there. If it's at Sunday morning, I'm sorry you have to be there. They're counting on you. They're counting on you for all the departments to run. They cannot run without you enrolling people. So, I'm just telling it like it is because I have nothing to lose anymore. Absolutely nothing to lose. But just no gossiping, and be at every event ready. Make sure that you're not scared to tell the different department heads that you need them. You need them to help you. How could you have that event and not tell me? You know that we need members. You have to go and sit down, ask them if you can have a meeting. You have to explain to every department head why they're in the membership business, why they have to help you, why it keeps them having a job, why it keeps everyone getting tips and fed and the whole place running and everyone happy and corporate happy. And then the GM looks like a rock star. You have to make him look like a rock star. Everyone's still gonna know who did it all. Don't worry. And they'll reward you. Okay? But just know you cannot say, oh, God, that one guy from corporate that came by, he gives me the willies. I'm so glad he's gone. Okay? I'm just, hey, if you think it's you I'm talking about, it isn't. I'm just throwing this out there. You can't talk like that. You can't talk like that to coworkers. That's what I'm saying. Like, Nick, I've heard it all from coworkers, so I'm just throwing it out there. So, again, no gossiping. You don't get to sleep. You don't get to eat. And you have to work 24/7. And you have to call. If somebody calls you, a member, and says, my friend wants to join, all the other shit that I just said goes right out the window. You call them back within 3 seconds. You ask them where, when, what time. I'm coming. I'm coming with my packet. I can meet you at your house. Is your friend at your house? Cool, I'll be there in 3 seconds. You need to enroll someone every day. If you are not balls to the walls, like I said, I have nothing to lose anymore, so it doesn't matter. If you don't get out there and grind it out, they're going to find somebody that can. So again, if you just got a job in the golf business, congratulations. If you want to actually learn something, you can email me. It'll be in the description box. Don't be scared to learn how to actually survive in the golf management business. I'm happy to explain it all to you. Okay? Goodbye and good luck.